What's going on, guys? Got a special video for you guys here today. We're going to be taking apart the M16. This particular one is a Vietnam style M16a1 with the 3-prong flash hider. So this is a little bit earlier in the war. We had the 3-prong, and then obviously they came out and they started implementing the birdcage ones, which differ from the A2s that we have today, or not today, but the A2 flash hider style that is still used today, with the eyelets being only on the top. The ones that are used today are all around the muzzle. So that just quickly out of the way. But so this is the M16a1, like I said, Vietnam style. This particular one, I'll give you a rundown of the line real quick. It's a, as I said, Vietnam style M16 with a couple different components to it. So it's not 100% there yet, but it's close enough. So everything from the upper receiver right here, everything right here is all original Colt made, with Colt markings on it. The lower is made by Rock River Arms, located in Kelowna, Illinois. So the person I bought this off of was actually making a M16 build, and he happened to use this lower receiver. So, but I don't blame him, because Colt lower receivers are hard to come by now, so, or expensive too. Another thing that needs to get swapped out is this right here. This is a incorrect trigger guard. As you can see, it kind of bows out. The ones that are correct for this model are just straight down. So that's going to be swapped out eventually. Pretty easy fix. You just pop out some pins and slap the new one on there. One thing I can do that I've yet to decide, because it really doesn't make a difference, is this pistol grip. So this pistol grip it's a correct style M16 for the era pistol grip. Mine is just swivel, but it's made by Armalite, so it has a, you can see it, a Armalite marking right here. That's really the only thing that gives it away. So not really sure how I want to do it. Probably just gonna leave it as is, because it's not really that much of a big deal. And then obviously, like I said, everything being on the upper receiver is original. So it's original Colt handguards, and with the rack number 6, it still has the rack number on there. And then you just got the standard web sling here. So get right into it. First thing you're gonna want to do is obviously clear the weapon. I didn't put the magazine in here because there's no point of putting it in here if I'm just going to show you guys how to break it down. So clear the weapon. You're going to lock that bolt to the rear, pull the bolt back using the charging handle, and then you're going to press the bolt catch right here. And you just take a look down the chamber. Obviously there's no rounds in this one. You guys can look, got nothing in the chamber. Put the bolt home. Gonna release this back pin right here and this front pin. What this is gonna do, it's gonna magically separate the lower from the upper receiver. So from here, your lower receiver is pretty much done. Maintenance wise, what you can do is you can put the weapon on fire. You're safe from here now. Pull the trigger and your hammer will come up. While doing that, it's pretty safe. It's safe practice to not let the hammer slam like that. You don't want to do that, because over time it can wear the parts down quicker. So what I do is I just hold it back, pull the trigger, and then I ride it up with my finger. Just little things that you can learn, and things that I learned while being in the service that have helped me with weapons maintenance. So from here, you can put oil or whatever you choose to clean your weapons with. I just use kind of like CLP, maybe some Rem wipes, Q-tips, and I'll get down in the nitty-gritty of the trigger housing group. Another thing you can do is remove this buffer tube and a buffer spring. The only thing you got to do for that is hit this right here, and then once you hit it, the buffer tube will come out, the spring will come out. This particular one, this is pain in the ass to get out. Oh, there we go. So you're gonna have to lower the hammer to get it, and then you got your buffer tube and your buffer spring. These both can get cleaned. And then you just have the tube, or the buttstock, sorry. So that's done, you're done with that. Remove this. And then to remove the sling, all you do is just pull it off. You can set that off to the side. Now we have our upper receiver. What we're gonna do, we're gonna pull back on the charging handle, and that's gonna bring you your charging handle and your bolt carrier group at the same time. Same thing, just put the upper receiver off to the side. Don't need to tend to that right now. Actually, I'll just go over that real quick. All you gotta really do for this is just hit the chamber. So in here, you're gonna wanna hit that chamber with like a brush or Q-tips, whatever kind of oil you use for your gun. That's usually the hardest part to clean. Take a while. I sometimes use the pinky method. So you'll get in here, use the pinky method, and just keep rinse and repeat. This forward assist right here can sometimes get gunked up. So what you're gonna do is you just push that, and there's a little tooth that comes out in the back here, and you just clean that down. Forward assist is mainly there for you to, if you're chambering around and it gets caught from under whatever reason, smack that and it'll kind of give it a little push to get in there. Another thing you can do is take off the hand guards. All you gotta do is take off the hand guards. This I'm not gonna do because they're just a pain in the ass to get on, but this is like if you're trying to get a real deep clean on your rifle. If you're just taking it out to the range for a day and you bring it back to clean it after firing it, there's no really need to take the hand guards off. Like I said, it's just like if you deep clean, like I deep clean all my rifles once a month. But you pull down on this ring right here, and then they'll pop off. And then when you put them back on, you put the top first, then slide it in. And then obviously just give all the barrel and everything a good wipe down. So here, this is your charging handle, standard charging handle. Use this to rack the bolt, chamber the rounds, what have you. Is your bolt carrier group. So your bolt carrier group is pretty simple. It's pretty standard all across all ARs, unless you have some sort of improved AR or you're running a higher class bolt. This is just a standard bolt. Colt bolt 2, it's marked with the C on there. So like I said, everything in the upper receiver is still intact and it's all Colt. So to take this apart, what you're gonna do is you're gonna take out the fire pin retaining pin. Sometimes this can be a pain. Now, I've seen a lot of dudes in the service get yoked up for losing this thing, so make sure you take this out and you put it somewhere you're gonna remember it's gonna be. And then when you take that out, firing pin comes right out. This thing can get pretty gunked, especially after shooting a lot, so pretty easy to clean though. One wipe will probably take care of it. Next thing you're going to do is remove your bolt can pin. So what's going to happen with the bolt can pin is you're going to just twist it and it'll fall out just like that. Next thing, remove the bolt, and there you are. And now all you're left with is the bolt carrier itself. Bolt carrier, what you can do is you can just hit up in here, back here, you can get in here too. But with the bolt itself, there's different levels of maintenance, obviously. So this is level 1 maintenance. You're just gonna kind of brush it over and whatnot. If you want to go level 2, which is kind of a little bit more advanced, but one thing I do when I am doing my monthly cleanings, you take your bolt right here, and you're gonna push it, this little pin out right here. I use the firing pin, it's the same size. You can use tools if you got them, but this is just a pretty in-depth field strip. And then what's going to happen is you're going to remove the bolt tooth. So this tooth right here that you've taken off is actually the tooth that extends a little bit. So has a spring in the back, so that enables it to clamp onto the round that is entering the chamber, which clamps on, locks it into the chamber, and you're able to shoot it. So what you're doing is you're removing this. Now when you remove this, take extra caution to make sure that this spring right here on the back doesn't come off, or it can come off, but you don't want to lose that. So set like the firing pin and chain pin, set that off to the side. And now all you can do is clean here. This is gonna get really gunked up real quick, so make sure you hit this every so often when you're cleaning your rifles. Like I said, mine get cleaned once a month. It's a recommendation I have. You can do. It's completely up to you. So basically, all that area is that's where the bolt, the firing pin comes through the bolt. So while it's sitting in there, it'll come back, and then when your hammer hits it, it'll hit the primer and the bullet, and then it'll launch the projectile. For those that don't really know the operation of firearms, just getting it down and dirty. So with that being said, your M16 or AR is taken apart. Now to put it back in, you just do all the steps in reverse. So put this back on. With this, you're gonna have to pinch it a little bit, so you'll be able to see the hole that it creates. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it. See the hole? There's kind of a, you obviously see it's not flush. All it takes is a little bit of pressure in the back and it becomes flush, and it allows you to slip that retaining pin in there. Sometimes it likes to go in one way rather than the other. There you go. And you're gonna take the bolt carrier, put this back in there. You're gonna rotate it to where you see the bigger side of the hole. So obviously, in the bolt where the cam pin goes, one side's bigger than the other, so you can put it in and it'll stay in. So find the bigger side, and then that's the side that this thing's gonna sit in. If it doesn't go in, just give it a twist, and it'll go in on the other one. Sometimes I have a problem doing this. Don't know why. Been doing it for almost 5 years, and you would think I know what I'm doing, but I do not. All right, there you go. Once it's in, give it a twist, make it horizontal, you're good to go. Then you're gonna take your firing pin, you're gonna slide that right in the back there, push it all the way, seat it all the way. Then you're gonna take your firing pin, retaining pin, put that thing in there. Now once it's together, you wanna make sure you wanna test it. So flick, click, flick, click. And if that works, your bolt carrier's put together the correct way. Now what I do is I go from lower receiver up to upper to make it a little bit easier. So take this, slide that in there, get your little wiggly stick. All you're gonna do, press that same lever you use to open it and just kind of slide it through. Once you get the actual buffer tube in there, it becomes a lot easier. Now on these ones, there we go. On these ones, there's a little slit that you have to use to get past that little decompressed thing right there. Some, like my service rifle, didn't have that. I just push it right past it, and you'll be good. But that's also because my rifle service has probably been used by 13 other dudes before me. So the lower receiver is good. Now what you're going to do with the upper receiver, you're going to take your charging handle, you're going to slide it in the back, find that little groove, so you push it, apply upward pressure, kind of pull it back until you find that groove, then it'll click into place. Tap it forward a little bit just to get it seated. Then you're going to flick your bolt one last time, and then slide it in there, it should lock in place. And then if your door's open, you just close it. And then what you're going to do is take your lower receiver, line up your holes, and then press it back in. And once this is done, give it a functions check just to make sure the rifle is put together properly. Put the weapon on safe, give it a tug, nothing should happen. Put it on fire, pull the trigger, pull it to the rear, and then you should slowly hold the trigger down. You should slowly release it and hear a clunk. If you hear the clunk, your rifle's good. Then obviously, that's it, sling, and yeah, that's it. That's how you take apart the M16 or any style AR. It's pretty much all the same. Then give it a good wipe down and then put it back safely in whatever storage you're using it. Yeah, that was a real quick video today just to show you guys how to take it apart for those who don't know. Maybe a little bit about the M16 if you didn't know that. I'm looking to do more videos on this just to show you guys kind of what I have in my arsenal. There's a couple more weapons I have back there, so I'll be trying to take those out, show you how to take them apart, give you a little quick brief history on them. I hope you guys enjoyed, hope you guys learned something, and remember to go follow me on Instagram and like the video, as well as give the channel itself a subscription, or subscribe to the channel. Hope to get more content out for you guys soon. Just keep letting me know what you guys want. Other than that, hope you guys have a great day, and thanks for watching.